Hey, we're doing stand-up shows October 20th through the 23rd in Florida and Buffalo. Go to jimmydorcomedy.com for a link for tickets. Hey, guess what? Democrats are screwing people to their left again. This is a real story. Buffalo Democrats are trying to stop socialist nominee India Walton by any means necessary. What happened was she won the Democratic primary for mayor, and then all of a sudden, they're like, the Democratic Party are like, no, you can't be the Democratic nominee. You want to hear what they're doing? Democrats now consider dumping the mayor's position while incumbent stages a write-in campaign against black socialists. So the city council is going to they're thinking of getting rid of the mayor's position because she might become mayor. Why? Because she's not a Democrat? No, she's a Democrat. She won the Democratic primary. She's to the left of the establishment. That's all it took. That's all it took. So in news that's a surprise nobody, Democrats hate socialists more than they hate Republicans. And they're still ironically called the Democratic Party. So here's the story. Want to hear the story? Here's the story. India Walton shocked the political world by defeating the four-term incumbent mayor of Buffalo, Byron Brown. We're going to Buffalo. I'll be there next Friday and Saturday at the Helium Comedy Club. We're going to be in Florida on Wednesday and Thursday, in West Palm Beach and Dania, and then we go to Buffalo Friday and Saturday. See you there. In the Democratic primary, seemingly guaranteeing her eventual election in November in a solidly Democratic city. Her win would be historic. She would be the first socialist to be elected mayor of a major American city in more than half a century, and the first woman and first black woman to lead New York's second largest city. In recent months, however, Byron Brown has been mounting a furious comeback campaign to hold on to his job. Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown announced his general election write-in campaign after losing primary to India Walton. The judge rules that he can be on the Buffalo ballot, and then they ruled that he can't. So he is, but still, he's still going to run. Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown has upped his campaign fundraising. With socialist India Walton. So what he's going to do, what the Byron Brown is going to do is he's giving out stamps so people can go in and write in his name, but with a stamp. You can't use stickers. That's against the law. So he's buying a bunch of stamps because he got unlimited money. He's the corporate Democrat, and he's spending a ton of money. And here's a Buffalo News, Common Council researching forms of governance that replaces the mayor. With socialist India Walton projected to win the mayoral race, Buffalo City Council plans to simply stop having a mayor. That's what they're going to do. I thought any blue will do. No. If you're to the left of Hillary Clinton, you are not a good person. Wow. This is amazing. The Buffalo Common Council will explore a city manager form of governance to replace the office of mayor. Wow, by any means necessary. Under such a plan, a city manager would be selected by the 9-member council in conjunction with the community to carry out the will of the council members. I thought the community is going to elect a mayor. Isn't that the will of the community? That's not the will of the community. Maybe we'll all just be the mayor. The vote is set to a 90-day deadline, which would fall 2 weeks before the mayoral election. Mr. Byron Brown, a lifelong Democrat, seems to be banking on a coalition of business leaders and conservatives, 2 labor groups, and loyal voters who approve of his 16 years in office to vault him to victory. Long known as a mild-mannered moderate, Mr. Brown has hardened his rhetoric in response to the threat of political oblivion, portraying Ms. Walton, a registered nurse, making her first run for public office as unqualified for the position. India Walton dismissed suggestions that a socialist that as a socialist, she is anti-growth, saying, I want to reduce poverty in my community. If people are less poor, they have more money to spend in businesses. Mr. Brown's ongoing campaign has put elected Democrats in an awkward political position. Among them are Governor Hochul, which is the new governor of New York. She's a Buffalo native who is faced with either abandoning Brown, who was a former head of the New York Democratic State Party, or risk alienating the ascendant left wing. What do you think she's going to do? I have a feeling she's going to risk alienating the ascendant left wing. Mayor Brown's campaign orders large amount of stamps for Election Day. That's what I was talking about. Voters are actually allowed to use stamps for a write-in candidate on Election Day. Stickers are a no-go. That's what I'm talking about. So, of course, he's got the money to do this. Mayor Byron Brown's campaign has ordered a large amount of stamps. The stamps say Byron Brown. Voters are allowed to use a stamp but not stickers. Many observers compare the Buffalo political machine to a nationwide effort by establishment Democrats to torpedo left-leaning candidates who have seen increased success in primary elections. Oh, really? Many observers? I would say. Just another attempt by the establishment politician to move right to fight the left, Walton said. Brown has spent more time fighting to essentially overturn the results of an election he lost than he ever spent fighting big developers and real estate interests, gentrifying our communities and displacing working class Buffalonians. Our city deserves better than that. It's amazing how hard they can fight the left, isn't it? And I don't know why this is here, but let's watch.
Question about the vision for the Democratic Party. And last year, you were very, very frank during the presidential race. You said in any other country, Joe Biden and I would not even be in the same party. But in America, we are. Has Joe Biden proved himself progressive enough for you now?
Yeah, I think, and those comments are referring to parliamentary systems in other countries where there's a lot more diversity. We don't have a two-party duopoly in other countries the way that we do in ours. But I think that President Biden has been a good faith partner to the entire Democratic Party. He is, in fact, a moderate.
Okay. I don't need to play anymore. She's just a clown. She's just a clown, and anybody who defends her is also an unserious clown person. Go watch TYT and go not read The Intercept, because no one does. They didn't have if the Youngsters didn't have a billionaire funding them in The Intercept, they would be nothing. So there you go. There's the Democrats. So Democrats are joining with Republicans, conservatives, big business to screw over lefties. Keep voting Democrats, you fucking morons. Keep listening to the people on YouTube who tell you to keep voting Democrat. We got to take over the Democratic Party, you fucking chump. You naive on purpose moron. How about that? I'm a pretty dumb guy. And even I can see how stupid smart people are being on purpose. Because they're cowards. That's all. They're cowards. They don't want to go against the Democratic Party for real. They'll start a third party inside the Democratic Party, but they'll never start a real party that's going to be a threat. So you're fucked. So you're left with this bullshit. And we're left with, now they're going to find a way to get rid of that socialist mayor in Buffalo, the second largest city in New York. The Democratic Party is your enemy. The Democratic Party is not your friend. And AOC is sheep herding you into a party that is your enemy. Anybody telling you to vote and contribute, as Lawrence O'Donnell told us, you must, if you want to pull the party to the left, you must be willing to show them you're going to withhold your vote. Until you show them you're not going to vote for them, they never have to listen to you. That's what Lawrence O'Donnell said. I'm saying we have to do this for at least one election cycle. We have to stop donating and stop voting for Democrats. Here's what I'm talking about.
If you want to pull the party, the major party that is closest to the way you're thinking, to what you're thinking, you must show them that you're capable of not voting for them. If you don't show them you're capable of not voting for them, they don't have to listen to you. I promise you that. I worked within the Democratic Party. I didn't listen or have to listen to anything on the left while I was working in the Democratic Party because the left had nowhere to go.
There you go. Don't take it from me. Take it from Mr. MSNBC, Lawrence O'Donnell. He could tell the truth when he didn't think anybody was looking. And I just think this was before he had his show on MSNBC for sure. That was out of a documentary about Ralph Nader. That's who said that. So I don't know. When he said that before he had his TV show, that's for sure. You're not going to catch him saying that now. You are not going to catch him saying that now. He's there. That MSNBC doesn't give these guys millions of dollars to tell you the truth. Don't be a fucking asshole. Chris Hayes, Rachel Maddow, Joyanne Reed, fake tough guy Lawrence O'Donnell are not being paid millions of dollars by the establishment so they can tell you the truth. They're there to manufacture consent, and they're doing it. We're doing stand-up comedy in Florida, in West Palm Beach, and Dania, and then we're going to Buffalo, Baltimore, Tempe, and Portland. Go to JimmyDoreComedy.com for a link for all our tickets.